How to let go of other people's need for you to be a Christian like them. Hey guys, John here, sitting here in the studio recording videos for you this afternoon. I got a comment that came in. It's actually a pretty long one that came in, and it's got some really interesting points in it, but it has a whole bunch of backstory too. So let me go ahead and read this entire comment for you so that you can see the context before I give the response. My mom is a staunch Catholic who doesn't agree with any other religious beliefs or perspectives of no religion. I try to explain that I am spiritual when she asks me and fires off questions left and right. For example, when she asks me about war, I tell her I don't believe in war and Jesus didn't either. She said that he would have fought back at the crucifixion if he could have. I just smile and tell her I love her, but that Catholicism is not my path. I have been shot in a drive-by shooting at my home. I was not the intended target. I had ovarian cancer, a hysterectomy, chemotherapy, congestive heart failure, diabetes, intense blood clotting issues, and a detached retina in my right eye. And my husband is in jail for, of all things, streaking. While the guy who shot me and admitted this on a recording given to the police has not been arrested or charged. But that's another story. My point is, I am okay with my life. I keep going, and my life doesn't seem so bad to me as I am still here. She prays for me to come back to the church. I love my mom, and I tell her that I believe her prayers are very powerful. I don't want her to take it so personally that I'm not going back to Catholicism. What can I say to her? Well, you have had an amazingly hard experience in this life, and I'm sorry that you've had that kind of experience. I would say that looking at what you're saying is you probably live in a very hard section of the town you live in, and there's been a lot of broken heart moments in your life that have affected a lot of things in your life. When it comes down to your mother has a story, and the story she has about Christianity is it is the only way. But the other story that she's processing from is her story of being a mom and the story of literally saying, I'm failing my child if I don't bring her back to God. Because that's the story. That's the fear of being a bad parent. That's the fear of not being loved because she's failing as a parent. She's feeling as if she's a failure. Instead of focusing on the Catholicism, what she's trying to push on you, focus on alleviating the fear that she has. Her fear is she's not a good parent. Mom, you've been an amazing parent to me, and your prayers are so powerful, and I really appreciate them. And I'm so joyful that I've had such a loving, caring parent in my life to show me what's right and wrong, to show me the path of good and understand that I am a good person and understand that I can bring good things into my life. God, your prayers have obviously worked because after all of this, I'm still here. I'm still moving forward. But God is love, and I respect that you are giving me the love of God, and I appreciate it, and I take it completely. You don't really have to justify your path. She's trying to force you onto hers, but you're feeling the need to justify your path to her. But rather than focus on justification of paths, which is the fear of being wrong, focus on what's she afraid of. She's afraid of not being a good parent. She's afraid of the person she loves, you, going to hell and damnation, right? Just show her she's been an amazing mom. Tell her, I'm so grateful that I have the values and the integrity that I do because of you. Show her that she's been great and that all of her love and good intentions through prayer have been valuable, and that, you're living a beautiful life because of her. And what that does is it shows her that she's not a failure. It shows her that there's not things that she needs to work on in her parenting. Because where she is in a place of feeling like she's failing you, feeling like she's failing God. And when you show her the results of her love, which is God, And another thing is you can use, like I do, you can use quotes from the Bible to make your point. Mom, I love you, and I love the fact that I've always felt the love from you, and I understand that your concerns and your prayers are all out of love, and God is love, Mom. That's what the book of John said, and God is love, and you are expressing God to me every day, and I love you in return for the same reason. When your mom feels you say that, and I say that specifically, feels you say that, Mom, I love you, and the book of John says God is love. And you have always brought me love. You have always brought me that love that is God. And you've made my day better. When you bring that kind of acknowledgement to the love she's bringing, you negate her fears, you negate her anxieties. And when you guys get into an argument about something, Mom, I just respect the love that you bring me, and no matter what our disagreements are, I know that you always love me, and no matter what we ever disagree on, I know that no matter what we say to each other, we will always love each other, and that's a beautiful thing. And God is love, according to the book of John, right? You can always come back to that God is love compared to the book of John, right? Because that is the expression that you both agree on. You both agree that God is love. Because if she's a Christian, she's got to lean into the book of John, which is the best book in the Bible, by the way. But it comes back to that idea of you alleviating her fears of not being loving, you alleviating the fears of her being a failure as a parent, which is the fear of not being loved. And so that's how you respond to your mom in this situation. And if you want to change your world to a different experience, remember that God says, whatever you ask in God's name is granted, and God's name is I am. I am joyfully living a life surrounded by peace and tranquility and abundance, and being surrounded by people I love who love me in return. Change your belief about your life. And perfect health is just a belief as well. Choose to believe I am joyfully living perfect health and an abundant life in peace and security with loving parents around me. And watch as your environment changes as well. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.